was the word you always say? The humanitarian. What did you?
Humanitarian.
Humanitarian. Great word.
Humanity, yeah.
So like, I think like we shared that, and what was different? I don't know. I feel like we were very similar, which was also like kind of a hard thing. But trying to like not do my mannerisms and like what I would do, but then also having those similarities like was quite challenging, I think.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you think?
Entertainingly enough, I think I'm quite, you know, I think there's quite a difference between me and Melvin, but I think what we share is the family. Like, family's a big, important thing to me. I love my family. This film's a dedication to my family and to families like in and across London, you know, the UK, you know, Black families that are not in the UK that have never really had a film that centers around them when it comes to love and family and celebration of life. So, you know, that's what I would say is similar, you know, but differences, there's definitely differences. Any breaking news on a sequel? Would you even want to do a sequel? Or are you done with acting?
To you.
Are you done with acting?
The burning question, is there going to be a Boxing Day 2?
Would you act again in Boxing Day 2?
Yes.
So I can call you up and you're not going to like give me like your manager and your sister and everybody else.
The question is, are you going to add Georgia into Boxing Day 2? Or are you going to cut me out?
I wouldn't cut you out. I would. Do you know what? I've got like a couple of directing offers next for me to do some stuff, and I got some things I want to do as a director, and I'm just oscillating between whether or not I'm going to do a Boxing Day 2 or not. It's definitely possible, and if the people want it, then I'll do it for the people. You know? The dog saying, "What's it?" All right.
Right, come.
I'm going to find some more of your questions, guys, while I'm on here. All right.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, by the way. It's like some eggnog thing.
Right, if they start again, I'm going to have to go outside, honestly.
What was it like shooting during COVID? Ronnie,
to be fair,
Gina, Wagwan. What was it like shooting during COVID?
I feel like you managed to do everything you wanted to do, like regardless, like you got it done. But I don't know, what was different? I can't even think.
Well, listen, but for you, you don't know the difference because this is your first time on set, right?
Oh yeah.
So like, so for you, for me, and to be honest, it's my first time directing. So the constraints were definitely different. I think we got in at a time before it got really crazy. Just before we shot this, like November, December 2020. You know, so you know, I think I think we live in a post-COVID world because I've been on sets like 4 times since, and COVID, the COVID precautions are still there, and time. But in any movie, there are always time constraints. But we don't know is the answer to that, I reckon. First, between professional acting, do you plan on going for more movies and TV roles? Would you like to continue this journey as a actor?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the right role comes, the right thing, then yeah, 100%. I feel like I just want to keep learning as well, like in working on my craft, you know. I think I've still got a lot to learn, but
are there any actors that that you admire, like in the world of acting? Any women that you admire, or, you know?
Oh well, Zendaya, you already know that.
Zendaya,
love her so much. Actors.
Would you be willing to go that far for a role? Like what she did with Euphoria is pretty extraordinary, you know?
Yeah, that's the word, extraordinary. 100%. I would love to build something, like come up with an idea, like kind of like what you did for Boxing Day, like have an idea and say this is the character I want to play, something like that. But
maybe as a singer, you should do something like Sade one day, maybe in a few years. Don't know. Maybe.
But it's out now, isn't it? It's in the universe, so
It's in the universe. Was pointing out. All right, cool. What was the hardest film? What was the hardest scene to film? I'll speak first as a director. The hardest scene to film for me. Do you remember when I was trying to get that one-up, where it's like basically me and Asia drive around the corner in the Range Rover. We get out of the Range Rover,
Yeah.
bump into them. Then the guy comes and interrupts. Then I leave. No, I leave. Then the guy interrupts. Then you put you in the car, and then we go up. That shit took half the day.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, because when you watch it, it's like obviously being in it. Like I don't see everything that you're filming, so then watching it back, I'm like, oh, that's what he was doing.
Right.
Okay, this
Right.
yeah, and it was kind of like a little sequence, like a
Yeah. I love those ones, man. I love those ones, and that's something I just love the choreography in stylistic filmmaking, and with Boxing Day specifically, I wanted to make a film that didn't feel just like gritty London, which I've done a lot of those films, which are great, but something that felt, you know, in a sense, a bit elevated and a bit magical. Because I don't live here and I've not lived in London for a long time. When I come back with like those emoji eyes of like, oh shit, there's Baker Street. Oh shit, there's there's Harrods. I get all starry eyed about it. And so I wanted to give it that kind of romanticism, you know. For you, what was the hardest scene to film?
hardest scene to film. Oh, I think the one with Asia by the pool. Yeah, was the hardest. Because I remember I got really emotional the first time we did it. And then I think because you do so many takes, sometimes the first one is the best because it's like that raw emotion, you know? Like, and weirdly, I felt like I could relate to some of the scenes. I spoke to you about that. So I just, so naturally I was just getting emotional, which kind of works in my favor, I guess. But then I remember as I kept doing the scene, you was like, right, go to your room and just think about that emotion more. And I was like, oh, what am I doing it wrong? And I started getting like really nervous and like, oh, I don't know, like doubt myself in that. And then I went back to my room and like, I was just like, basically what you said. And I was getting into it as much as I could, listening to sad songs, like trying to get myself like prepared for it. God, it's mad.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I feel like it was a really beautiful scene.
Yeah. It's you know, acting's a strange fruit in the sense of like, you prepare, you get yourself there, and then you fundamentally have to kind of let go and actually engage with the person in the moment. And I feel like, you know, Asia was fantastic in arresting your attention and yourself as well, just letting go. You know what I mean? So I thought that was dope. Well done, Leigh-Anne.
Well, I couldn't have done it without like the actors. Like Asia like helped me so much. Like Tamara helped me, like Shay, like everyone, like it was just a wicked team. Wicked people.
We had mad fun on that. It was, to be honest, like for me, I wanted to set a set that felt like I was at my family's Boxing Day parties, which are like an annual thing. And so what did I do often? To much to people's chagrin, I would have music playing on this little boombox wherever, and they'd be like, "Where's the Mel? Where's the Mel? Oh, he's coming! I can hear him coming." You know, I was a DJ for a bit. 6
in the morning, you come in with like, "Hey, with your box," you're like, "Oh, shut up, God.
Shut up! It's too early for this shit." Okay, here's an interesting question that's a bit off Boxing Day, but it's a fan question to you. How do you fight through the tough days when you're trying to make your dreams come true?
Oh, wow. Wait, how do I fight
through
the tough days?
So like when you have a tough day of artistically, I think they're about like how do you fight through and get through to get to your dream, get to your goal. So like for me, if I was having a shit day as an actor, what would I do to fight through? I think they're saying. So that question goes to you as an artist, full round.
Well, I think before I got into Little Mix, I had so many knockbacks. Like you wouldn't believe. Like it was just so many people was telling me that I wasn't going to amount to anything, or just like haters. But the thing is, I never ever let it keep me down. Like I would always get back up, I'd dust myself off, and I would just keep going. And I just didn't stop believing in it. As corny as it might sound, I genuinely didn't stop believing. Nobody was going to stop me from making my dream come true. Like I was just set. Like that was the only thing that was going to happen. I was going to be a pop star. Like that was all I said to myself. Yeah, I think when you're having one of those days, you just need to pick yourself back up and remind yourself of who you are and how incredible you are, and just go for it. And Cairo agrees. Cairo agrees.
Got some big bugs.
All right.
You good?
Come on. Do you want to go outside? Stop.
You got some big dogs, man. Those are some big dogs.
Please.
Sound like Beethoven, the movie.
Come on, get that. Go on. Honestly, they just like to get involved in the conversation. That's all it is.
Hear it. No, but you know, I want to say regarding that with you, I learned that from you as well. You know, I'm a solidly determined person, but that unwavering commitment to your personal magic is quite a thing, man. And I really respect that about you. What was your favorite moment of Amel's performance in the movie, and how about you, Amel? What was your favorite performance of Leigh-Anne's moment in the movie?
My favorite moment
the movie
that you did was the scene there that you filmed with like in the bar.
Oh, my dad.
Yeah, I thought that was beautiful, but also the jazz cafe scene when I'm singing. I think I remember watching it like, come on, Mel, you're sick. You're pretty good, aren't you?
You're pretty alright, yeah.
Actor. I thought you were amazing in that. And I think that helped me like do what I needed to, you know. That honest emotion I thought was wicked.
Yeah, I'd say the jazz cafe scene for me with you as well, but also there was a moment with ZZ Mills, when with ZZ, and you're just walking by, right? And then you get into a particular focus. But for me, it was a bit different because I'm watching an actor develop, you know, everything that you are outside of that didn't really matter when it came down to getting the job done. And me and you spoke a lot about the fact that, look, people love you as a musician and all the rest of it, but if it's dead, it's dead. And people are not, you know, everyone's got their opinions about anything in life, but you know, everybody watches this film and goes, this woman did a very solid job and turned up and was honest. And so for me, it's an entire thing. For me, I would say there's so many amazing cast members. You know, I love the moment with Marion Jean-Baptiste and Richard when they, you know, outside the Brent Cross. Oh, that's an amazing moment. I love the moments with Shay Cole and Samson KO of them running and that whole cape or the fight inside the rooms. You know, I love the moments with the auntie and uncles because it's literally my auntie and uncles that I literally stole all of that. So, you know, those would be some of my favorite moments as well.
Oh, one of my favorite scenes was the nativity play.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Robbie G. Yeah. Shout out to Robbie G.
In Perez. I was honestly like so jealous that I wasn't there. That was such a beautiful. Yeah, I love that scene.
Yeah, we got lucky, man, because the music in the movie is just phenomenal as well. Like these are some real classics. And for me, what was really important to me was to show the diaspora of like Black music, from, you know, Afro beats to Caribbean to British old school pop to ska and, you know, old school reggae. It was really, that's what I wanted to do. All right, let me see if I've got a couple more questions before I leave you and to your dogs then. Right. And if you have any questions or any thoughts, please shout out.
Yeah.
All right, here's a question that's non-related. I'll wait for that one. That one's about you. 1 second. Amel, Boxing Day was your directorial debut. Very well done. Thank you. Can you tell me a bit about the challenges you had transitioning from actor to director and how you overcame them? Can you leave a word of advice for aspiring directors such as myself? Okay. One of the biggest challenges, I think, because I've been like aiming to direct a movie for a decade, longer. I grew up wanting to direct and act, so it wasn't a new thing that came to my mind. But one of the biggest challenges is having people believe in you and say yes, you know. And between Warner Brothers, Film 4, BFI, these guys believed in me, and they took a chance on a first-time filmmaker, and that's always a hard thing to do. But I think what I did when I started making a little bit of change back in 2010 is I started taking my money and making short films. You know, I made a lot of short films, maybe 3 or 4 short films that helped to get to a box day, you know. In your creative pursuits, that's what's important. If I pick up my camera phone, like, I think these camera phones are wicked these days. If I pick up the camera phone, I'm all of a sudden shooting something, and then I edit and I put music on it on my Instagram or whatever. I'm always constantly creating. And I think one of the biggest things is the challenges is getting someone to say yes to your dream. But one of the biggest challenges as well is like not waiting for them to say yes, being ready, be the person that's ready when the time comes. So, and then other than that, I think it was kind of seamless. Like I love directing. I really do. One of the things I love about directing versus acting, when I'm acting, I usually have really intense parts. That's kind of my shtick. And it makes you unable, for me anyway, to be as sociable with the crew and the people as you'd want to be, as I would want to be. And when I got to direct, it just got to be like I got to be with everyone and got to know everyone and just have a good time. So that's one of the things I love about it. Singing, transitioning from singing to acting. You spoke on it a little bit, but
yeah,
it's not quite. Is it? Do you think it's comparable or not quite comparable? And what's one of the frustrations for you when you're on set? Like, is repetition annoying for you?
Oh, to be fair, we didn't it wasn't monotonous. Like, you didn't ask us to do it 10,000 times. I feel like when you knew you got it, you got it. But I think, yeah, what I kind of spoke on it before, like getting that emotion at the first take and then having to redo something that I have to be emotional about. I'm like, that's hard. Like, if you're repeating something to get that raw emotion is like quite, yeah, that is hard. But yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't know what to expect going into this. Like, I took a chance on myself. Like, I never acted before, so I did it. I did it in school. I knew it was something that I wanted to do. I don't know why, but I felt like I had it in me. But yeah, I think it's definitely unlocked something now, and like, I have to do more. Like, I've definitely got the bug for it now, for sure.
Bug.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here are the closing questions. Question 1, what movie would we do again? Would we do a movie together again, like you and I? And what genre would it be? Was one of the questions. What genre would you like it to be? If we and would you even work with me again? You know, I know, yeah.
Pretty open.
Hello, Alicia, my sister. Sorry, go.
No, of course. I want to do like a sort of crime drama thriller. I'd love to do something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah.
For me, genre-wise, I think it'd be interesting. I think it'd be interesting for people to see a departure for you, like for you to fully like engulf yourself in something when you have time, and like they're like, whoa, she was great in Boxing Day, but in this thing right here, it's mad because, like, you know, and I know you got it in you. You know, you're a bit. I know that. You know what I mean? All right. People want to know about the song "Woman."
Oh yeah.
Just answer, Dan, please.
Huh? Yeah, we got to talk about it.
Okay. Last question. When's your album coming?
Wait, we didn't talk about Woman. I thought you just said Woman.
No, people want to know when is it being released, and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, when's the soundtrack coming out?
Well, the soundtrack technically is out, but your song, your two songs, don't wake me up, man. Your two songs, we have to keep talking to the powers that be regarding it, okay. because they're big time superstar. Yeah.
No, but I do feel like the demand is high for women. Like the fact that it was
high.
Phone, like,
I get messages like, "Yo, so what are you gonna do?"
It's a beautiful song. I mean, it has to have a moment. It just has to. I just don't know. Yeah, when, but it will.
And I've heard, and guys, just to really piss you off, I've heard the full version. It's deep.
I can't.
Your full version, amazing.
I can't believe people haven't actually heard the full version of it. That's mad.
Yeah, the full version is mad. It's dope.
Wow.
Because you know, we're all fans. When's your album coming out? When you doing it, you can not answer this, but I had to ask just so that people don't think, why is he not asking?
Do you know what? I haven't actually spoken about anything.
Cool. So then don't talk about it.
I mean, I'm working on stuff and I'm really excited. But I don't want to say obviously when, because we're not even in talks about it. I don't know. But it's coming. I'm super excited, and yeah.
So I look forward to hearing it. And with that, guys, here is Santa.
Hey, Santa.
What happened, Santa? Oh, yes, yeah, all right. And here is Boxing Day, DVD. Yeah. It's mad. I went to the DVD shop. I was like, I didn't even know they do DVDs anymore. But I went to the DVD shop and actually bought this, and it feels really special to actually hold it in your hand. So if you're into Boxing Day, this is not a commercial, but if you're into Boxing Day and you love the movie and, you know, you want to be a part of the history that we're making of it, grab that, download it, and just mostly, man, go watch it with your family during the vacation, the holiday season. Like, you know what I mean? Just watch it with your family, and you know, I think it's a film with a lot of heart, really strong performances. And I think it's just something that can keep going on and on and on. I want it to be a part of all the classics that I've loved, you know, during my time, you know.
I think
so
that's so special about it, the fact that we get to watch this every year. Like, it gets to come around every year. So yeah, amazing.
All right, Captain. It was nice speaking to you.
Thanks for having me, darling.
All righty. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us. See you on the other side.
Bye.
Peace.
Right.
Peace.